Nagato's visual prowess itself is the jutsu that presides over life and death. He is the seventh pain.
Wait, he can bring back people from the dead or something? Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Naruto reaction.
Before we begin, as always, thank you to the patrons on Patreon. If you want to join us on Patreon, the link is in the description. Go check it out for early access to our footage and exclusive content like filler episodes of movies that are only on Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. Also subscribe to a ton of other channels that we have, which are all within the link in the description. Last but not least, check out our merchandise, which is also within the link in the description. Like this video, comment down below, and with all that being said, let's get started with this reaction.
Since that day, countless other comrades have fought and died in battle. One by one, they kept dying. The peace-obsessed citizens of your land of fire. They paid a small commission to the Hidden Leaf, adding to their war fund. But the peace that you large nations enjoy only exists because of the sacrifices forced upon smaller nations.
Insanity.
All the destruction they caused.
In order for some to live peacefully, others must die in war. As long as humanity still exists, then hatred will also exist with it. There cannot be true peace. All that Jiraiya-sensei said about peace is nothing more than wishful thinking.
He has valid points.
I've told you my story just as you asked. Now let's hear your response.
That is a lot to process.
The fact that the show makes you question what you're supposed to say in this situation is a testament to how amazing the writing is.
Is that Jiraiya's first book?
But I truly believe all people will understand one another and live in harmony.
You may be right. I think the same way you do. But even if I understand you now, that doesn't change how I feel. There's no way that I can forgive you. I still hate you.
Rightfully so.
Is he gonna stop him?
Then you want to settle things with me?
I do, but Pervy Sage believed in me and wanted me to continue his quest. I choose to believe in him and to follow what he taught me. So that's it. That's my answer. That's why I'm not gonna kill you guys.
No way.
And you expect us to wait till you somehow magically transform this world to a peaceful place?
Yes.
No, never. How can I believe in Jiraiya's words after all of this? There will never be such a thing as true peace. Peace is impossible. Impossible!
His mind will never change.
I'm gonna break that curse one day. If there's truly such a thing as peace in this world, then somehow I'll find it. I'll never stop looking.
I believe in him.
It's a hopeful, utopian way of thinking.
Those words.
Someone else said that.
All of those words are taken right out of this book. The very first novel that Pervy Sage ever wrote. He was seriously trying to change the world with his message. And in the back of it, he wrote about a student who helped provide him with inspiration.
That is so beautiful.
It was you, Nagato.
Wow.
I can't believe he remembers the words he said.
It struck a chord in his heart. Look at him.
He was never expecting those words.
Oh, this song, Saika, and the way his eyes softened.
Sensei?
Yeah, what's up?
I love this moment already.
I was trying to do some work on my book, but I've come down with a bad case of writer's block.
If Naruto were to kill Konan and Nagato, he would be following the same destructive path that Jiraiya had been complaining about.
It's just a cycle repeating itself again.
I've been thinking about all the hatred in the world. Do you remember when we talked about it?
Sure I do. And what ideas have you come up with so far?
Real peace. I still haven't figured out how to attain that yet. But I vow that I'm going to break that curse one day.
Wow.
If there's truly such a thing as peace in this world, then somehow I'll find it. But more important than how to achieve it is the power to believe that it will happen.
That is an excellent thought. You may very well be right.
This is what we call hope.
Yeah, it's about never giving up hope.
Well, thanks to you, I think I'm going to be able to write a brilliant novel. I've got to come up with a name for the main character, the hero of the story.
Ah, Naruto!
There he is.
I love how they're slowly piecing all of these parts of the story together.
Well, it happened in real time. You're the one who's getting exposed to it in pieces.
Yeah.
The three of you are all on your own from here on out. These past 3 years, you've done a great job. Don't cry, Yahiko, or people will call you a coward.
He's usually the brave one.
Konan, you're gonna grow up to be a real beauty. I know it. I hope we meet again someday.
And the child of prophecy.
From this point forward, you three can change the fate of this land. Nagato, you three have really grown up. Would you agree?
Wow. They're so innocent still.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, followed by years later, dying at the hands of your own student. What a freaking mess.
The pain hardened their hearts and broke their hope.
Come on now, stop crying, Yahiko. I'm sure we'll see him again someday.
I feel so bad for Yahiko.
Oh, he left his novel for him. I'm so glad he read this.
Because he realizes who the child of prophecy is.
You ready to give up yet? I'm starting to tire of our game of tag.
It seems like Nagato himself is the false prophet.
I mean, because of his own choices.
That's true.
But the fact that Naruto is named Naruto in the book, that's just crazy too.
It seems like it was destiny for things to play out in this manner.
I think he's realizing it. Well, Nagato's realizing it.
Can I say one thing? I don't want to hear it. Just give up now. You give up. I'm trying to make me give up.
Do you remember this scene with Minato? And how he was remembering that as he was reading the book and he goes, I love your book?
I love how we've seen this scene so many different times, and I love how every time it was different.
As long as we're cursed to live in this world of shinobi, there cannot be any peace. I'm going to break that curse one day. If there is such a thing as peace, then somehow I'm going to find it, and I'll never stop looking. Who are you? My name is...
Whoa.
The realization.
Perhaps, Nagato, you're actually the reincarnation of the Sage of the Six Paths. Another sage once gave me this prophecy. He declared that one of my students would bring about a great change to the world, and that I would be the one to guide that revolutionary.
Ah, he's remembering this too.
I believe that you are that revolutionary. And also, I believe in you, Nagato.
These are powerful words, especially to hear as a young kid.
There's so much going on.
The savior of this world.
Oh, what?
You can do it.
Look at the hope in his eyes and his voice too.
More important is the power to believe that it will happen.
Amazing, Yahiko. Nice catch. I'm impressed.
Tastes great, doesn't it, Nagato?
Yeah, it sure does. It looks delicious, dear.
Now eat up, Nagato.
Oh.
That's so sad.
His heart is finally softening again.
Instead of trying to rule the world through pain, I wish you'd moved past it and used your power to create peace in a positive way.
The name of the hero in this novel, his name's Naruto.
I feel so much hope right now.
My name is a precious heirloom that has been handed down to me by my master. There's no way that I'm just gonna give up and dishonor my master's gift. I will become Hokage, and I will bring peace to the Hidden Rain. I will! I'm asking you to believe in me.
I really believe in him too.
How can you stand there and tell me that you will never change your mind? Do you really think you will never stray from that ideal, no matter how much pain befalls you?
He's talking about himself.
Yeah, he is.
You think you will always believe in yourself? How can you possibly have that much faith that life won't change you?
I felt pain too. You're not the only one.
Naruto has been through it.
In fact, he's been through as much pain, if not more, than Nagato himself.
Well, it's solidified his character so deeply. His ninja way is to never give up.
It seems like Nagato somewhere along the way lost that within himself.
I feel like Naruto has a stronger inner compass than Nagato did.
Well, it's also destiny. It's not so much free will. There's that theme that's clashing. Is it the free will, or is it really destiny, or is it the combination of both that brought everybody to this position?
Can't believe that we're always going back to this moment.
That was his brother, man. That's all he had.
And he still chose to never give up on Sasuke either.
That's beautiful. I'm noticing that the actual lesson to be learned in this entire show is to never give up hope. And that's something that wasn't so clear-cut to me in the past when I had first seen Naruto.
I think it's a message that we need so desperately today, too.
There's still pain buried deep down inside of me, and there's no telling what kind of pain I may face down the road.
Foreshadowing?
If I stop believing just because things get difficult, if the hero in this book were to change who he is, it sure wouldn't be the story our master left behind. And it wouldn't be about Naruto. I can't write books like our master did. And so, any sequel has to come from the life I live.
Wow.
No matter how much pain my own path brings, I'll keep walking. Because that's who Naruto is.
Man, those words cut deep.
If the hero ever changes, it'll be a different story. We are sibling students. We ought to be able to understand each other. When I said that to you earlier, I meant it as a joke.
What does he mean by a joke?
You really are a curious fellow. You remind me of myself when I was much younger.
He's so impressed by him.
I wasn't able to continue believing in Jiraiya's ideas, nor could I keep believing in myself. But you
give me a vision of a future that shows a different path from the one I've walked.
That is amazing to hear.
I think I shall believe in you after all, Naruto Uzumaki.
Oh my gosh.
I'll use Gedo art of Rine Rebirth.
Rine Rebirth.
Nagato, you can't!
All I'm going to do is make a new choice, even though I'd all but given up hope.
What kind of jutsu are you doing?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Those who possess the Rinnegan can perform all of the jutsu the Six Pains used and are said to exist outside the realm of life and death.
Wait,
Nagato's visual prowess itself is the jutsu that presides over life and death. He is the seventh pain.
wait, he can bring back people from the dead or something?
If he performs the jutsu with his current level of chakra, Nagato will. He is willing to go that far for this child. This mysterious child has changed Nagato.
Wow, I don't know how Naruto got him to believe in him so strongly. Is he trying to reverse the damage? This thing holds souls, right? Oh, I was never expecting this to happen.
It appears to have ended. I see, and how did it turn out?
This Toad was right.
The prophecy came true.
Although I never thought two of Jiraiya's students would be the children of prophecy, and that the both of them would become the ones to bring about great changes to the ninja world.
I got
It's
chills.
possible that in that moment when Jiraiya chose not to give up, all this became preordained. Who would have thought that that book would really become the key to changing the world?
The parallel between that book and the books that we use for our own religions is so crazy to me. I never noticed that theme before, and it really makes me wonder if Kishimoto was actually a religious person or not. But that being said, one of the points that I wanted to touch on but didn't have a chance to during the episode was the fact that this show is really pushing towards the idea that dichotomies must exist. There must be a yin and a yang in the universe, and it's just the natural balance of the universe. There's no getting around it. So in terms of the story, and also in terms of our reality, it seems like there's no escaping war and hatred as long as there's love and peace. And those things will always be tied with one another. But the idea that's presented here is that we can always have hope. Hope for the future, hope for change, and hope for ourselves, and hope for one another, which is one of the most beautiful lessons to ever be told in any way, shape, or form.
And a lot of the time when people experience pain and fear, they really just want someone to show them compassion so they can lay down all of this heavy burden that they're carrying. I think Naruto's speech to Nagato actually allowed him to finally release all of that, and that's why he's able to follow suit with the choices that he's making now. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen to him. I know he's trying to change directions and rectify some of the things that he did to the Leaf Village, but I don't know what else there is in store for his character after all of this.
Before I end this episode, I want to leave you all with a very tough question to answer. I want you all to comment down below with your thoughts. Were the decisions that Nagato made a result of his free will throughout his life, or was it destiny? Explain your answer below because I'm very curious to see what you all have to say. That being said, we'll see you guys on the next exciting episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned and peace out.
Bye!